This project is absurd. China built a metropolis amid a barren desert with an investment of 7.3 billion renminbi. The city may house 1 million people and has a maximum area of 372.55 square kilometers. But the fact that people live in the desert and have to deal with the water shortage confounds us. So how does China's water delivery to the city work? This channel focuses on actual projects. Why not click to subscribe if you want to help me out? Let's continue to explore intriguing projects as technology advances. The desert was first used by humans, and China, for instance, has used it to great use. In addition to creating several desert passageways, China has also constructed numerous solar power plants. However, they are insufficient to meet China's needs for using the desert. China, then, has a strange notion. A metropolis with 1 million residents was constructed in the desert by China for 7.3 billion yuan. Kangbashi District is the name of the city. Ordo City, in China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, is home to the Kangbashi District. The survey estimates that this metropolis has a total investment of 7.3 billion renminbi and can house more than 1 million people. Additionally, China's Kangbashi District is a top-tier international tourism destination. The city's infrastructure is comprehensive, and it also contains a large number of contemporary structures that reflect its many ethnic cultures. For instance, the Opera House in Kangbashi District's architectural design reflects the cultural significance and spiritual attitude of the Mongolian people. Another startling statistic is that Kangbashi District's green space now covers not just 42% of the district, but also 5.48 million square meters of aquatic ecological space. Despite the city's abundance of high-rise structures, Kangbashi District's layout is similar to that of Shenzhen, China. However, this city has a very small population due to a number of factors, including topography. As a result, we shall observe the phenomena of unoccupied buildings in the Kangbashi District. Additionally, all forms of housing are in a disused state, and there are very few residents here. The municipal authority manages street lighting at night to conserve money. Additionally, because of this, the lights at the side of the road were very dim, giving the impression of being in a horror film to anyone strolling at night. The confluence of these issues has led to the reputation of Kangbashi District as a ghost town. However, the Kangbashi District's very low population density seems puzzling. Why was it constructed in China as a prefecture-level city? Pristine resources like coal, natural gas, and colon are abundant in Ordos. Ordo City's economy has therefore taken off since the turn of the century, and its per capita GDP is the highest in the nation. Ordos, which is quite wealthy, has a tiny urban area, nonetheless. With approximately 23 square kilometers of land, the major urban area is home to 300,000 people. This also qualifies Ordo City as a residential area per capita. Road, square, and household water usage rates per person are all below the national average. Additionally, Ordo City still has a very limited water supply. Additionally, the primarily steep and uninteresting surroundings, along with the astronomical expense of construction, make it impossible to satisfy Ordo City's demands for economic growth. In order to prepare for future economic growth, Ordos urgently needs to increase the size of the city and the urban area's framework. The Chinese government has had several talks before deciding to create the Kangbashi District. However, in our opinion, the desert is not at all suitable for human living due to the fact that agricultural production requires a significant amount of water, and even daily washing requires a significant amount of water. People just cannot live in these conditions if they do not have access to water. It is best not to bring up the idea of building communities in the middle of the desert. Because there is no reliable source of water in the desert, it is difficult for people to survive there for an extended period of time. Because of this, it is impracticable to build even a small hamlet in the desert. In light of this, how did China find solutions to the problems that prevented water from being consistently supplied in the Kangbashi District? Before you can handle the problem of a lack of water in the desert, you need to establish your dominance over the land there and turn it into an oasis. China is among the best countries in the world when it comes to controlling the desert, since it has managed to control 80% of the desert, so reducing the loss of soil and water. And during the following several years, an oasis will cover the majority of the desert and completely engulf it. According to the findings of the survey, the Kangbashi district is located in very close proximity to the wet desert. Therefore, China is also in the process of developing a considerable number of water conservancy facilities in order to ensure that water consumption in Kangbashi district is no longer an issue, despite the fact that the district will continue to enjoy the advantages of this endeavor. In addition to the Kangbashi district, China has built a city in the middle of the desert, which is one of the reasons why Saudi Arabia has an economic metropolis. According to the findings of the research, the Global Steering Committee on Economic Metropolis started accepting bids in 2013, but it turned out to be too difficult to build a metropolis in the desert. As a direct consequence of this, China did not provide its approval to fund this project until 2016. Since they were given this duty, Chinese construction workers have spent a significant amount of effort into making preparations. For example, city modeling and testing to determine whether or not a city would be viable, as well as field research. However, there is not enough of the necessary resources to construct the economic metropolis in Xi'an. In spite of this, the Gazan economy did not complete construction of the port until 2019. In spite of the fact that the port's official opening ceremony did not take place until September 7, 2022, Jay's formerly non-commercial port has already moved into the stage of commercial operation. It is common knowledge that Saudi Arabia, which has a population of 1.5 million people, depends on land transportation for the majority of its product-related regional trade. Transportation via land is notoriously inefficient and burdensomely expensive. The problem with Saudi Arabia's reliance on overland transportation is that the kingdom does not have any contemporary ports, which are an essential element of the economic growth of the country in the modern era. In addition to providing significant convenience for the expansion of enterprises and industries in Jiz's economic metropolis, the Jiz's commercial port has been responsible for some of the positive changes that have taken place in Saudi Arabia. The difficulties posed by going for extended periods of time without access to a contemporary port. In addition, the development of the economies of Jiz's province and the southwest region of Saudi Arabia has been assisted by the commercial port located in Gaza. The economic center of Gaza, which has an area of 103 square kilometers and a shoreline stretching 11 kilometers, is already in the process of taking shape. The planned industrial city in Gaza will consist of a wide variety of buildings, including homes, offices, power plants for ships, and refineries. It not only provides a significant impetus for Saudi Arabia's economic revolution, but it also contributes to a quality of life improvement for the country's citizens. Both the Kangbashi district and the Jiaizan economic city were able to be constructed without a hitch, and both have had a large and appreciable effect, both on the local economy and on the nation's gross domestic product, GDP. If, on the other hand, you want to build a city in the middle of a desert, hitch, you can't just keep doing what you've been doing. Rather, you have to make some adaptations to account for the natural setting. When designing attractions to bring tourists to the area, engineers need to take into account the merits of the surrounding cities. They need to find a lot of brilliant individuals to join them if they want to settle down and work there for a very long time. Share your opinion in comments. Also, click on this video to watch about another shocking project.